Yes, sir, there will be a new champion crowned here in the NBA. Welcome back to another episode. A lot to get into here, starting up with Game 7 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics here as Boston blows them out 109-81. Grant Williams, 27 points to lead all scorers. He shot 7 of 18 from downtown. 17 of those 18 threes were standstill, sitting alone three-point shots. And eventually, he's going to start making them. This is a guy who shot 41% from three-point range. 7 three-pointers, ties for the most all-time in postseason history in a Game 7. Peyton Pritchard comes in off the bench, 14 points, 4 of 6 from downtown. Hit some big shots as well. 29 assists on 37 made field goals for the Boston Celtics here. They outscored Milwaukee by double figures in the second, third, and fourth quarters to lead to the blowout win. But when we look to Milwaukee's side, 7 of 29 in Game 6. Then they do one better and shoot worse, and 4 of 33 in Game 7. A grand total of 11 of 62 from downtown in the last 2 games of this series. And Milwaukee had plenty of open looks, but you give credit to Boston's defense as they tried to run them off the three-point line. And if they shot the three-pointer, it was a heavily contested three. So you give Boston credit. They handily won the last 2 games of this series. Will Milwaukee be back next year? Absolutely, Milwaukee's going to be back next year. They're going to run it back. And I'm telling you, Chris Middleton, they played such a factor in this series. And like I said earlier, Giannis looked like he ran out of gas here. He missed 3 point-blank layups in the second half, and that told you he was out of gas. You hate to see one of these 2 teams go out because both of these teams are very capable of winning the NBA title this season. And who knows, we might see these 2 teams play again in the playoffs again next year. So we look forward to that again. But Boston plays Miami now here in the Eastern Conference Finals. As much as it's a toss-up and who's going to win this series, I have Boston in 6. But this series could easily go the distance and go 7 games. Don't forget about Miami's defense. They're one of the top defenses in the league as well. Led off by Jimmy Butler. There's no Kyle Lowry in Game 1 for right now due to that hamstring injury. Can't wait for Tuesday night. And now we move over to Dallas versus Phoenix as Dallas blows out Phoenix in Game 7. And for Phoenix, this is the worst performance they have had throughout the entire season. Phoenix has been the one team all season long, out of all the teams that made the play-in and the playoffs this year, they've been the one team that has been consistent from day one since training camp. Doncic and them come in there and they just blow them up. 57-27 at halftime? Are you freaking kidding me, man? I've never seen such a low-scoring half. They shot atrociously from the field. Doncic 35-10. We know what he does. But Spencer Dinwiddie, and we talked about him at the end of after Game 6 when he only had 15 points coming in off the bench. But I knew that was going to carry some momentum into Game 7 and how well he shot the ball in Game 6. And it clearly showed up here in Game 7. 30 points for Spencer Dinwiddie. The 8th pair of teammates to score 30 or more in a Game 7. The last pair of teammates to do that, Kobe and Shaq in 2002. And Dinwiddie and Doncic are the first pair of teammates in over 25 seasons to score 20 or more points in the first half each. Phoenix had no answer, had no response. They looked stagnant on offense. Give credit to Dallas' defense. Like I said, they have made Chris Paul look atrocious here in this series. Chris Paul, averaging only 9 points a game, almost 4 turnovers a game, and that is something you do not see out of Chris Paul. So you give credit to Dallas' defense for not letting Chris Paul get that offense going. But when we look at the greatness of Luka Doncic outscored Devin Booker by almost 50 points. He out-rebounded DeAndre Ayton by almost 20 rebounds. He had more assists than Chris Paul. And he had more steals than Defensive Player of the Year runner-up Mikal Bridges. That's greatness for you right there. Doing it all for your team. And They had no answer for Luka Doncic, and we've said it before. You cannot speed him up. You cannot slow down Luka Doncic. He's going to play at the same pace every second of every moment of every game, and you have to find a way to slow him down. And I feel bad for Golden State. Golden State has no idea what they're up against right now with Doncic, and especially if Dinwiddie and Brunson come behind that and they score like this. Golden State better take care of the basketball because Dallas is going to make them pay if they don't take care of the basketball. Phoenix, Chris Paul said it right after the game. I'm coming back. We'll be back. Right now, last year was their best chance to win. They lose to Milwaukee, but this is the second time in 2 seasons Phoenix has gone up 2-0 in a series, and they eventually lose the series. Dallas is going to give Golden State a run for their money. Yes, Golden State could have all the experience in the world, but if Golden State doesn't take care of the basketball, they're screwed. Dallas, we could see Dallas in the NBA Finals this year. I have Golden State winning this series. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you guys have not already, please leave a like and a subscribe to the channel. I hope to see all your faces in the next one. Deuces.